when he gets here to the end of his rainbow, gets there to the end. And when he gets there, that's what she does. Slits his throat from ear to ear. But she's not done with him yet. And again, the point here is that if this were a heat of passion, if this were a situation where somebody was just upset, it would be random all over the place. But this was a strike to kill, right at the neck. And then, after she does that, one of the things that we know is that the shooting didn't take place there. The shooting took place near the sink, where he had previously been standing. And so one of the things that they wanted you to believe was that if this person is shot and hit through the head, could have been shot there at the sink, according to them. He's already bleeding and still continued on. But the knife wounds do have to be first. Of course, that would violate the laws of nature because he's bleeding so profusely there that the doctor, by necessity, would have had to have found lots of blood in the track of the bullet, and he didn't. So if he was standing at the sink and he was shot at the sink after being stabbed, there would be lots of blood there, and the doctor did not find any there. So he clearly was shot after that, when the situation was such that his heart wasn't beating, in a situation when the heart wasn't pumping enough blood to get it there. Bottom line, he was dead at the time that he was shot, in order to forensically get the result of no blood in the track of the bullet. So he falls there. And then we have more directed behavior. We have this, exhibit number 162. That's Mr. Alexander, that's blood, that's his foot, and that's her foot. And given the fact that we know that the bathroom is this way, that's her standing there. And what's important about that, if we look at this exhibit here, is that it looks like there's been a wildebeest migration near his head. Look at that. And what's important about that is that even though there is the stomping of the feet, it just means she was over him, hovering him. How many times was she stamping around or stomping around there to get that pattern? But what's even more important about that is that there's nothing in the bedroom, which means that this was directed behavior at him. She was cognizant of what was going on, because if she would have been in this state that she wants you to think that she was in, then it would have been all over the bedroom. If she'd have been in this hysterical state that she describes for you, that she would run out, run into the bedroom, except it's in pristine shape. So what she does then is she begins to drag him. And again, we look at that one, and then exhibit 163, which is a bit later, you can see she's dragging him down the hallway. What that shows is an attempt to clean up. And as she's going by the sink again, you know that she does something else. When she does this, exhibit 207, shoots him in the head. There is no blood in that blood tract, which means the heart isn't pumping. And when the heart isn't pumping, he is dead. There is no other medical phenomenon or any other medical indications that would give any other indication. And if that's the case, then he's already dead. And then you have the casing from the .25 caliber handgun that you took during this staged burglary. And then you have the casing right there, falling on top of the blood as she's dragging him back, because by necessity, the body has to be there. And if you remember, there's a closet that's up here, the sink is to the left. and the sink is to the left, and this falls to the right. One of the things that we've talked about is that the shot just right here. If she is dragging him in this fashion, that way, and she's pulling along here, that would mean that it would be this portion of the head that was exposed, which if you're pulling somebody down the hallway, that's the result that you get. The casing is expelled and it lands on the blood that's already there. So that's when she delivers this shot to him, somebody that's already dead. So she's killed him 3 times over. Is that enough premeditation? Even though she's had all of this planning already, this was a very directed attack. And then she goes about the business of cleaning up. And one of the most interesting things about the cleanup that she did is that, she knows about cameras. She knows what to do with cameras, according to her. And one of the things that she knows what to do with them is delete photographs. And she's able to look at all of the photographs that are on this camera. Let's assume, for example, that they've already deleted the ones involving the sex. This one right here, the inadvertent photographs, Exhibit 162, for example, had to be deleted after he was dead. There's no way to get it. There is no time travel here, because that's really what they want you to believe. After this happened, she located the camera. And he's not carrying the camera as he's trying to survive. He couldn't care less about that camera as he's standing over the sink. So what does he do? He just tries to get away. So the camera getting there means that she is the person that was holding onto the camera and carried it to that location. Then, after she shoots him, she goes back, places him in the shower. At some point, either after shooting him at the sink or after placing him in the shower, at some point, she's still thinking. Because remember how much she has planned before. I've got to get rid of this evidence. I've got to delete this. And what does she do? She deletes only certain images. It's not like all of the images are deleted. This shows somebody who is thinking, oh, I don't want to delete the one of his dog or this other one. I'll delete the only ones that hurt me. And that is directed behavior by somebody who claims to have dissociative amnesia. Dissociative amnesia, you heard what the definition of that was. Or is it a fog? Even the San Franciscan fog, if such a thing existed, wouldn't be so cloudy to account for this kind of behavior. There is no fog that someone can tell you about that hasn't lifted to allow for this. And so she cleans that up. She has that, and she cleans that up.